Top 10 Scenes in HBO's House of Dragons, The Heirs of the Dragon. The first episode gave me chills. It gave a feeling of watching Game of Thrones for the first time. A lot of things happen in the first episode, but sets a very promising premise for upcoming stories in future episodes. There's violence, gore, action, nudity, and politics. The actors gave justified performances to their characters, and it felt good to experience that. Just crossing my fingers that the future episodes are equally good. And because the first episode was so riveting, I had to show you my top 10 scenes from the Heirs of the Dragon. Let me know if you would place any of the scenes in different orders, or if I left out a scene that you would have added to this video. Oh, I almost forgot. There are heavy spoilers ahead. You've been warned. Enjoy.
Look out, Tommy, here we come! Get you! Run, Forrest, run!
Number 10. Royal Wounds.
We have royal wounds, you and I.
When Rhaenyra Targaryen goes to visit her mother, Queen Aemma Arryn, she explains to her daughter what her duties are as a woman in the kingdom. This thing is on the list because it foreshadows what is to come. The pregnancy has devastating effects later on in the episode, as well as Rhaenyra's desire to serve the kingdom in a different capacity. Trust me, it gets better.
You wanna play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend!
Number 9. Riding Dragons. The intro to this episode had me on the edge of my seat. We knew that there would be dragons throughout this series, but to get them in the first shot of the episode completely grabbed my attention. I didn't do much research on the House of Dragons prior to watching this, so I was completely caught off guard by the introduction of dragons so soon, and what looks like an amazing show.
They stole it from us. Sneaky little witches.
Number 8. Daemon Targaryen gets banished. After Daemon spends the night in a pleasure house, just after the death of his nephew, the son of the king, he makes the statement, the heir for the day.
The heir for a day. Did you say it?
We must all mourn in our own way, Your Grace.
This information is relayed back to his brother, the king. Just after the two exchange words, Viserys banishes his brother from the kingdom of King's Landing. If you are a true fan of the Game of Thrones, then you know full well that this decision will not go without consequences. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus, or as our brothers to the south call you, Jesus.
Number 7. No More Children. Aemma the Queen is having a heart-to-heart conversation with her husband Viserys. She informs her husband the king that this will be her last attempt at providing him with an heir.
But I've mourned all the dead children like you.
True fans of the show can already see that this will not bode well for her. Considering the king must appoint an heir to the throne, and he doesn't want to appoint his brother or his daughter, she has unknowingly signed her death warrant.
You talking to me? Well, who the hell else are you talking to?
Number 6. Beautiful. In this scene, we got our first look at the king's brother Daemon, as he has a back and forth with his niece Rhaenyra. They have a witty little back and forth, which is kind of creepy in a way. Considering this family is known for incest, the gift he gives her, and considering that they seem to be very close, sets up an intimate relationship that is to come. Stay tuned for that one.
KV.
It's simple. We kill the bat.
If it's so simple, why haven't you done it already?
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Number 5. Aemma's death. As I illustrated in number 7, if you're a true fan of the show, you could foresee the fact that the queen was not going to live very long. Viserys had to make a decision about the queen's pregnancy that will be covered later on in this video.
But the resulting blood loss.
7 house pills.
I also thought it was very cool that they were able to control dragons in the way that they do. It's no wonder that they are the most feared house in all the Westeros.
Are you crying? There's no crying! There's no crying in baseball!
Number 4. The Offering. There aren't many parents that ask their children to take out the trash, rake the leaves, or even do laundry. That is not the same for Alicent. At her father's request, she is asked to visit the king in his chambers. And it is not to play cards. Otto Hightower, the Hand of the King, has instructed his daughter Alicent to spend the night with the recently widowed Viserys. His hope is that she will become queen and provide the king with an heir. This is mainly to subvert the king's brother from ever getting his hands on the throne. They absolutely hate one another. And if Daemon ever became king, his first order would be to kill Otto. And as a warning, this is where it begins to get brutal.
You complete me.
Number 3. The City Watch Massacre. There is no better way for me to explain what Daemon did to the criminals and King's Landing. I believe the word massacre is in order. He took the City Watch to the streets to clear out all of the thieves, murderers, and every other criminal element you can imagine. He severed hands, heads, and other body parts we can't mention in this video. Although some were very happy with his decision to do this, others used this action against him. Although his brother the king was in full support of it, this did have some ramifications.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Number 2. Tournament of Heirs. There is a moment in the series premiere of House of the Dragon so violent it will make your blood curdle. A tournament of knights turns suddenly, brutally deadly. A contestant's head is crushed in with sickening finality as the crowd gasps and cheers in horrified delight. Even for those of us seasoned veterans of Game of Thrones and its bloody tendencies, the violence here is deeply uncomfortable, and yet also thrilling in a crunchy, bony sort of way. You'll have to watch this part from beginning to end to fully appreciate the magnitude of what transpired.
You shall not pass!
Number 1. Childbirth. The most shocking moment in the premiere of HBO's House of the Dragon has nothing to do with battles, nudity, or dragons, but the way Emma Arryn, played by Sion Brooke, is killed off the show. The Queen of the Seven Kingdoms dies in childbirth, like countless women before her, but what is so shocking about her death scene is how House of the Dragon never cuts away from the pain, horror, and savagery of her passing. It's a powerful choice that will reverberate throughout the show's first season, and sets House of the Dragon apart from Game of Thrones in a big way.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
So what did you think of House of Dragons so far? Let us know in the comments section below if you loved it or hated it. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more Game of Thrones content like this. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.